Good morning, Kathleen. I'm your school counselor, Miss Hester. I'm sure you've seen me around, but I wanted to pull you in today to sort of just talk for a few minutes about anything that might be bothering you or anything that really comes to mind. But first, before we get started, I want to play an icebreaker game just so you can get a little bit more comfortable. These Skittles here, I hope you like Skittles. Each color represents a different fact, and so I'm going to sort of like just give you one, and I'll tell you what the color means, and you can tell me, you can answer the question. And once we do the icebreaker, then I'm going to talk to you about a couple rules, and then we'll just have kind of a few minutes to talk about anything you want, okay? All right, so we'll start with red. Red is a worry that you have, like any worry that you have. What comes to mind when I say that? It can be about your family, it can be about your friends, it can be about your pets, it can be about school, something that's hard in school.
I know.
Okay.
I'll worry about if we have a hurricane that my pets are going to get lost.
Okay. So you worry that something like a natural disaster might happen and something bad happens to your pets.
Yeah.
Okay. Green is your favorite words to describe yourself.
Artistic, athletic, and courageous.
Courageous, artistic, and athletic.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. Those are great qualities. Orange is, what do you wish that you could change about yourself?
I don't really want to change anything about myself.
Okay, great answer. Okay, purple. What is your favorite hobby?
Favorite hobby is art.
Art, okay. Have you been doing art for a long time?
I've been doing art, I think, for 3 years.
3 years, wow. And you want to keep doing it?
Yeah.
Is there art class at school?
Well, we have an art class at school, but I also do one after school too.
Okay. So you're getting a lot of art.
Yeah.
Okay. Yellow is, what do you love most about your family?
That they are very kind and they help me whenever I need help.
Awesome. Family's a really great thing to have, huh?
Yeah.
All right, so you can have the rest of these sweaty Skittles that have been sitting in my hand if you want, or not, it's up to you. But that's our icebreaker. So we'll go ahead and move into the session now. Those are sour Skittles, so I have sugar all over my hands. So the rule here is that whatever is said stays here. So anything that you say to me, you can be confident that it won't be repeated to anybody else unless you want to hurt yourself or hurt others, and then I have to tell somebody, because at that point it gets pretty serious. Pause. Okay, so for the next 15 minutes or so, we can, before you have to go back to class, we can talk about anything you want. It can be something related to your answers to the Skittle questions, or it can be something that is bothering you in school or something that has been on your mind. I want you to bring up anything that you feel comfortable discussing with me. And I can ask you a question if you think that will help, or do you want to just kind of come up with something on your own?
I guess come with something on my own.
Okay.
I don't remember what it's
Do you want to take a minute, think about it?
Yeah.
Okay, think about it, and whenever it comes to your mind, go ahead and let me know. I'm glad you like Skittles.
Oh my God.
Okay. Let's start with so you're in, what grade are you in?
I'm in 7th grade.
7th, okay. How many kids are in your class?
Like combined or just in one class?
Well, combined, because you guys spend the whole day together, right?
Yeah.
How many
We have-
combined total?
We have 32, I think.
Okay. And you've known most of these kids, right? You know.
Yeah,
you've
since
known,
kindergarten.
Okay.
Well, most of them did. There was only like 6 of us that we knew in kindergarten because we only had like 10 kindergartners. So
So students have kind of joined the class.
Yeah.
Since then. Is 7th grade what you thought it would be?
yes.
Yeah. What did you think it would be?
It's gonna be fun, and it's going to be like a newer edition, and it's gonna be like on a set schedule, and that it's not gonna be all like in different places.
So what's different about 7th grade than 6th grade?
That in 7th grade you have a set schedule, but in 6th grade you had like weird like spots. So it would be like math, then it would be science or history, and then we would read, or it would be like, and here we have like English,
A schedule.
math, yeah.
Go ahead,
that's
sorry.
different.
So you know what to expect,
Yeah.
right? You know sort of what every day is going to be like, and it's not wishy-washy. It's
No.
something that you know what you're getting into every day, and
Yeah.
you like that.
Yeah.
Okay. And you like your teacher?
Yes.
And okay, well, so what way is it not that you would want it to be?
I'd rather it have like a nice teacher than a teacher that is like all over the place and just random, I guess.
You're not comfortable with randomness.
Yeah.
So much.
So much.
Can you? So tell me. Can you give me an example?
To where like if you need help on a question, that you just go up to the front of the classroom and ask the teacher. But if in 6th grade, it's that if you went to ask a question, she'll be like, hold on, I have to do something real quick. But when you're in 7th grade, the teacher actually helps you right then and there.
Okay. Do you think that's the personality of the teacher, or do you think that's just kind of growing up? That's kind of maybe you have more responsibility.
Probably both.
Both, a little bit of both.
Yeah.
Let's see how many distractions we can get. Knock knock. So okay. What else do you like about class?
That you get a little bit of time to ask questions with your friends and like get to like, I don't know, just like talk to your friends sometimes. But when he says to be quiet, we get quiet. So that's what I like about class, I guess.
So it sounds like what you're saying is that in the class before this, when you were in 6th grade and you were younger, you sort of were, maybe you were talked to like kids,
Yeah.
right? Like little kids.
Yeah.
You know, you had to follow the rules, and there was no, walking around and no talking to your friends, because maybe the teacher needed to keep the class in order, but also maybe at that age the teacher feels like you can't have the responsibility or the freedom to sort of make your own decisions, right? Does that sound right?
Yeah.
And then now that you're in junior high and you're going to be going on to high school, you have a little bit more of that wiggle room and that flexibility to make good choices, and the room to like even make mistakes or admit that you don't know the answer to a question or you don't understand.
Yeah.
Okay, that's awesome. And what about your friends?
They are some of them are super nice.
Some of them are super nice. And the others?
The others are kind of mean sometimes.
And what makes you say that about them being mean?
Like one time I was talking to one of my friends, and this other kid, and well, these other girls were talking in class, and then this other kid was like, "You need to be quiet, Casley." And then they were all like, and they were all talking too, but he pointed it at me like I was the only one talking. So that's one thing that they can be rude at lunch to other kids. Like, there's this kid in our class that no one really likes to sit around because he's different, and they like when he sits down next to them, they get up and leave. So they can kind of be mean to other people as well, not just to me. But
so it sounds like they're not picking who they want to be mean to. They're just not
very nice sometimes.
Yeah. Which students are these?
Do I list their names?
Yeah.
Brett. Well, sometimes girls, which is Kelsey, Ruby, and Molly, and and Cole is another boy, and those are pretty much the only kids that are not nice in the class.
Okay. I'm not gonna tell them that you gave me their names. I just want to sort of know if there are other students that I need to talk with. I just kind of want to know who they are. Okay, so are there days when this doesn't happen? Are there days when?
I mean, there's some days that it's not all of them, but it's every day that there's one kid that's always saying stuff.
So out of this group, there's at least one who's saying something to someone, even if it's not you.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much, huh? Okay. Are there things that you do to make yourself feel better about it? Like, if it's bothering you, is there something that works that you have found works for you to make you feel like, I don't even have to I don't need to think about that anymore,
Talking to some of my friends about it.
Okay.
And then they're like, "Oh, well, don't worry about it. It's not that big of a deal. Just next time tell a teacher or something." So I tell my teacher sometimes, and then they yell at me for telling the teacher, and they call me names about telling the teacher. So then I just think about it, and then I brush it off at the end.
So you're sort of stuck because if you do something about it, you're still gonna get it from them, right?
Yeah.
You don't do something about it, you feel badly.
Yeah, and they're just gonna keep doing it because they think, "Oh, well, she's not that, so let's just keep doing it."
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I guess there has to be sort of something that needs to be taught to the whole class, right?
Yeah.
So that everybody is on the same page about the way that they should be treating people and the right way to make people feel good about themselves, because that's important. And in your teacher, is there anything that he's doing about it?
He, like, here and there, like the other day, this kid, I was talking to one of my friends, and the kid turned around and said, "Shut up," and he was like, "I don't think you talk to someone like that." And then he was like, "Can you stay after school and explain the difference between shut up and be quiet?" And then he was like, "Shut up is rude, and be nice is be quiet is more of like a nicer way." And then he was like, "Do you think you should talk to a girl like that?" And he was like, "No." And then he walked out of the classroom laughing. And he was like, "Oh, well, okay." And then, he was like, so he handles it sometimes, but then today they were being mean to me, so I just told him, and then he's like, "Okay, well, I'll have a conversation with them."
Is this something that just recently started happening?
It just started mostly this year. Like at the beginning of school, it was like the second week of school when it started.
Okay. So I'm gonna ask you again. What's our time?
11.
Okay. So I'm gonna ask you again, so that we can focus on what helps you. What helps you sort of not worry about these things, or not let these things bother you and affect your schoolwork or your friendships or your
Or
any
just
part of your life.
sports.
Your sports. Does it affect your sports?
Not really.
That might be a way to sort of forget about it, huh?
Yeah, like our school sports that just started this year.
Tell me more about that.
Last year we didn't get to do school sports, but this year our principal got the schools that we play with to come back and start playing with us, and we get to play soccer, basketball, and volleyball. But right now, our girls team is undefeated, but the boys lost once. So,
Wow, you guys are good then.
yeah. And we play against BCA, Mulberry, and Sacred Heart.
And right now is what sport? Volleyball? No. What sport are you playing right now?
Soccer.
Soccer. Oh, you guys do soccer.
Yeah, but we finished soccer. This was our last game, so now we're moving on to basketball.
So you are undefeated and the season's over.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, and then basketball starts.
Yeah.
And you do sports at school, and then you go home and you do sports outside of school too, right?
Like sometimes, I also do volleyball outside as a club, and basketball, travel basketball, but like at home sometimes I bought a soccer ball so I can like play with it in the house, and basketball and I could like shoot around outside, and volleyball just to play with my brother outside.
And your brother is just a few years older than you, right?
He's 15 and I'm 12.
So did he ever talk to you about having any of these same problems when he was in 7th and 8th grade? Not really?
I don't think he ever had these problems, but he was in a different class, so maybe that's why he's a boy, so maybe that's the difference. But I don't really know.
So, so sort of back to what I was saying before. So you find that sports do help you sort of blow off steam and sort of keep you kind of refreshed, and so you definitely want to keep doing that because that works for you and that helps, and you're good at it, I'm sure.
And also art helps me too because it just, I don't know, just like I do what I like and it just helps me relax.
I used to draw a lot, and then I didn't really do it when I got older, but I hope that you will keep doing art because you're good at that too, I'm sure, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've also put stuff in the fair, and one of my paintings got a purple award, which is it goes first, second, third, and then purple awards in front of first.
Oh.
And then you get to go to grand champion after that, so I was super close to grand champion, but I've never gotten a purple award, so it was kind of exciting.
That is exciting. So will you do it again this year?
Yeah.
So maybe you still have a chance, huh?
Yeah. But you have to have a really, really good painting. But I'm doing a really cool lighthouse right now, but we haven't finished it, and we are going to put it in the fair, and I wanted to see what I could get on that.
Okay. Cool. You're 15 plus 3. Okay. Well, so I hope that you enjoyed our session, and that it felt good to just sort of talk about things going on in class. I enjoyed getting to know you and meeting you, and we'll meet again next week. So I'd like to hear a little bit more about what you have done that you know for sure in class, maybe at the moment when someone hurts your feelings. Like, I want you to sort of notice what you're doing that might make it worse and what you're doing that might make you feel better. So just sort of think about that this week, and we'll talk about ways to sort of make sure that you're doing those good things, those positive things each time, so that so that everybody can be getting along and you guys can focus on the things that you're good at in class and make sure you get good grades and yeah. So I think you're probably having to go to your next class right now, so I'll let you go, and we'll see each other again next week. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.